High vibes, everybody, and welcome to another Astro Solsin video rewind on Vibranation. So today we're going to be watching a really good video, and I feel this was a good topic because we're coming into the fall. We're coming into that fall energy right now, and it's really important that we get our spiritual protection right, especially in the fall seasons. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is, you always want to be protecting yourself spiritually, mentally, and physically as you go about your path and your journey, because that's that energy that you're cultivating is so important to that growth and that momentum that you can spark within yourself. So it's very important that we shield ourselves in these times, especially in different times of the year, because there's those transitions. And right now we're transitioning into fall, and fall is a very, it's a very interesting time, but there's a lot more attacks that tend to happen in the fall and winter time compared to the spring and summertime. That's not to say there isn't any in either or opposite, but the fall especially is that's why they call it the fall. It's like that fall energy. They want you to fall down. That's why they have all the holidays. They have Halloween with that, getting you to tap into those darker energies and the different spirits that, they want to conjure up. So this is a really important time that we learn to protect ourselves and get shielded and shield up, basically, to better protect ourselves through the fall. So I thought this would be a great video. That's going to be how to spiritual protect your spirit from the Reprogram the Matrix channel, and let's get right into it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Astro Solsin. Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I wanted to share how and where you can get, some tips and techniques and stuff to get your spiritual protection. A lot of people, they're always emailing me and asking me, like, Astro, how can I get, this spiritual protection that I need? I'm getting spiritual attacks. I'm dealing with certain, demons. I'm dealing with certain spirits and entities. I'm dealing with the succubus. I'm dealing with all those different things. I got energy vampires. Everything's coming after me, and some people, it's just certain situations and things. But I get that so much, I figured I'd go ahead and make a video. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit, but of course, you want to get the Beginner Spiritual Warrior video workshop, because that's going to explain things for a beginner and anybody out, because there's a lot of people that think they're not a beginner, but they are. They haven't really tapped in and, plugged in and got access to the point where they can truly protect themselves from these spiritual attacks.
Yeah, just real quick, definitely, if you haven't checked out the Spiritual Warrior workshop, after this video, I'll leave a link in the description to it. It's such a good workshop. It's over 7 hours he put in there on, how to protect yourself, different tools you can do, different things to be aware of to better shield yourself and protect your energy. And, you got to check out the workshop to get it, though, because that's really highly valuable information. And you need that. Essentially, you really need that on your spiritual path, especially if you're just getting started out. You don't know what you're doing. You're starting to turn up, but then you notice all these attacks keep draining you. That workshop is going to help you so much to get in tune with the right energies and the right tools that you need to better protect yourself, so you can keep moving forward on your path. But let's keep going.
I've helped many people, hundreds of people, maybe even thousands now. I don't know. I don't keep track. But, many people I've helped. And this video workshop is going to help you a lot. And I'm just getting ready to start working on the intermediate workshop. So now would be a good time to get it, so that you'll be introduced at the right time to this intermediate, which I'm going to take it up a whole nother notch. We're going to really turn up, all the way up. Not all the way, because there's going to be even more information, because I can't, be putting out 30-hour workshops and stuff. That would take forever, but I'm going to go ahead and get you guys that soon. But I'm going to give you guys some tips right now. Now, the first thing is that you got to start tapping in to your energetic field. And what do I mean about that? Every, thing here has its own electromagnetic field. You have an electromagnetic field, just even physically. Not even really getting deep into, the mental or the subnet or spiritual grids or anything like that. Just physically, we know you have an electromagnetic field around you. Science explains that very well. However, you need to learn how to tap into that and be able to sense that electromagnetic field.
just wanted to say about like, you know, the electromagnetic field and stuff and feeling that out. You can even see once he started talking about like the bees started like buzzing around. I'm not going to get into that though. But basically, you know, when you're tapping into your energetic field, what he's meaning is like, you know, tapping into your energy and like more than just the physicality, you know, the non-physicality of like the energy that surrounds you, you know, whether it be just, you know, the physical energy that your body radiates outwards is also has a non-physical side to it, but then even deeper, like you have a mental body, and then even deeper taken to the spiritual body, the more subtle bodies, and you could call this like the aura, you could call this your, you know, like he said, the energetic body, or whatever you really want to call it, it doesn't matter. But tapping into that and knowing how to, you know, strengthen that and densify that is going to help you, you know, create that shield within itself, and like help you get in tune. Helping you get in tune with that is basically going to help you shield yourself, essentially. And that's just the point I wanted to make real quick.
You got to be able to sense your, you know, electric body so that you can actually feel when there's something taking place, you know, within it or around it. You actually know when you're under spiritual attack. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't really know when they're under spiritual attack. They feel the results of it after it's already said and done. They'll be like, man, I'm feeling drained. I got attacked. And it's because, one, your awareness isn't there. Your spiritual awareness is not there. And once you get your spiritual awareness there, then you'll start feeling that you're under attack. But then, two, you have to be able to actually know how to protect yourself, you know, not just when you know there's attacks going on, but even when, you know, there might be an attack that might be attempted on you. See, being able to catch the attack before then. And then three, you got to be able to have your shields up at all times. So even when you're not necessarily paying attention to a certain degree, you might already have autopilot shields and things put in place. And this beginner spiritual warrior video workshop is going to help you get into that. You know, because the whole thing is that people underestimate the power of, you know, spiritual protection.
I just want to say one more thing too, and it's funny because it's like the beginner spiritual workshop, but you really like, you might not think, oh, I'm not a beginner, you know, and he says that too on here, but he's like, oh, I'm not a beginner, and you know, you might think you're already at some level, but you don't realize how valuable and like really almost advanced this information is, because who's telling you about how to tap into your spiritual body? Like, who really is breaking down the information to you on that level to get you to where you're seeing that there's things going on behind the scenes? You know, there's different, you know, we call them agents, you know, like the Matrix movie. There's different agents that come about throughout your day, and if you're turning up and your energy's rising up, they're going to be coming after you in different ways. They're going to use different words, that they could use different sounds, even different. They could use any sort of sensory input to try and tap into your subconscious, trying to tap into your energy field. And that's why it's so important that you get in tune with this type of information, because like that's so valuable. Like no one else out there is sharing this type of stuff other than Astro. So like really, you got to humble yourself to that too. Like if you think you're not a beginner or something, that this is like, you're more advanced than that, because really, you know, we're all, you know, equal, but you know, it's just terms to help us understand that we have to take steps. We have to take steps to reach those higher states of consciousness and awareness to where we see the attacks, we can block out those attacks. And then, you know, how he was saying like autopilot shielding, like that's a whole thing in itself that is a lot more advanced. You know, that takes time to work on it, your awareness, to where you're constantly being aware and even subconsciously aware when your focus has to be on something, of what's going on in the background, what words might be used, what sounds might be going off, what different things might be trying to get and influence your energy to be swayed a certain way. So definitely look out for that.
Even though all of our ancestors did it, we know about the Native Americans and they would be using the sage. We know about the people over here, they're using this, they're using the rosemary to cleanse out the air. You know, it's everywhere you look, they're using incense, they're using the herbs, they're using everything. And, you know, you got to know how to really tap into those tools. You know, it's one thing to just go burn some sage, right? And you get those physical aspects, which is good because, you know, sage has, they have had tests that actually show that sage does, you know, produce negative ions. It actually does help cleanse out the air. So, you know, you can go do your research on that, on burning sage. However, when you start to get into the spiritual aspects and the subconscious network aspects of burning the sage, that's where you need to take things further. It's just like I explained before, how there's a difference between the person that's just sitting down meditating and breathing in and out, and they're not really getting anywhere. After the meditation, they're like, I might feel a little bit more energized, or they might be like, I actually feel more tired, or just all sorts of stuff. They're not actually getting the benefits because they haven't tapped into the spiritual aspects of meditation. They're just dealing with the physical aspects. And then of course there's the mental aspects when we start getting into the subnet and all the subdivisions of that grid system. You know what I mean? So in order for you to really get the full benefits of being able to actually shield yourself, you have to start, at the bottom. You have to start at the beginning stage, because pretty much at this point, a lot of the stuff that you think you got to just let that stuff go to allow room for the new information to come in that's going to actually protect you. You know how many people out there, they went out and got certain, products and things from certain people, and it never helped them? You know how many people have that happen? They get these, certain readings and psychic mediums that come in between them and their own spirit, their own higher self. Like, I don't get why people do that. Like, I'm sharing with you how to actually cleanse yourself. People will go to these psychic mediums to go ahead and have them cleanse them. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching you how to cleanse yourself. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to get cleansed every once in a while. Let's say you're kind of weak, right? And you're not able to cleanse yourself. That's how weak and you got some real, entities and things attached onto you, some energies that are weighing you down. You might need that extra help. However, if you don't know how to do it yourself, then what's the point? If you don't know how to read your own dreams, what's the point? So I'm sharing with you how to tap into your own knowing. I'm not trying to, just say, here, you got to always take from me. I'm saying, here, I'm giving you everything you need to know so you can start getting on your path, and this is just the beginning level. Eventually.
Yeah, I just wanted to speak on that really quick, because like that's the biggest thing too, is like once you can apply this information, once you can actually put the practice, which even MC talks about, like spirituality isn't a practice, it's a lifestyle. Once you can put the practice into your life and apply it, that's when the magic starts to happen. That's when you see the results. And that's why the information that he shares is so, it's not like these other people. He's not like just giving us like what we want to hear or whatever. He's given us the truth so that we can find our own truth. He's given us the tools so that we can tap into our own tools and our inner magic, rather than having to rely on any outside source to do that. So I just wanted to put that in there real quick.
Eventually we turn it up to the next level, and then you're going to start seeing how much power you really truly have. You're going to be like, man, my imagination, my spiritual energetic body, I'm becoming back in charge. I'm getting all 3 points of the Trinity worked out now. And, getting that Beginner Spiritual Warrior video workshop is going to help you with that. There's so many people that got it, and now they're on their way to, having so much energy, because they're able to shield themselves and block out those attacks. When people come in and they're actually taking, your energy out of you, out of your energetic body, your spiritual body, that will have you depressed out, have you laying in the bed, have you all, it'll have you procrastinating and being all lazy, or you don't even want to take a shower. You don't even want to get up to brush your teeth or to clean up or do the dishes. That's the type of stuff that goes on sometimes with these spiritual attacks. And if you can catch them before it actually happens, that's great. But even if you can't catch them, you need to get to the point where you have those shields put in place that are protecting you, even when your attention's somewhere else, because they'll.
Yeah, I just want to say really quick, like that's why, some people out in the spiritual communities, they're always going to be like, oh, it's just love and light. If I just love everybody, nothing bad's going to happen to me. I'm not going to have to worry about, all these negative energies out here. I can just be love. And, that's great. If you can really tune to that vibration of love, and truly that vibration of love, which is beyond just the light, because light's just one side of the spectrum. There's light and dark, which is all one. But if you can really tap into that love and realize that it's not all love and light all the times, you're going to see that, man, if I like really have love for myself, I need to protect myself, and I need to take this seriously, because I've been there to where I didn't take my spiritual protections seriously, and I learned from that. And we all go through that. We go through different attacks, different lessons here, so that we can actually grow. And that's all part of the path. It's all part of the growing process. But you got to realize that how important this really is. Like, do you want to like have the energy that you need to fulfill your dreams, fulfill your purpose and your passion and the reason why you're here in this reality? Do you want to tap into that? You need to protect yourself. It's plain and simple, because as soon as you get in tune with that signal goes out and the matrix responds, like, they're waking up and they try to put you back to sleep. They try to put you back into those lower vibrations. They try to bring your consciousness back down to that asleep and that unaware state of consciousness. So it's just so important that you really take it seriously and you get in tune with that inner fire and that inner knowing that I need to protect myself. There's a spiritual war going on here. There is energies, and we call them, like I said, we call them agents, that they don't care about my spirit. They don't have a spiritual connection, so they don't care about that connection. They will do anything they can to bring us down to their level of unawareness, where we're on a playing field at their level. And that's why it's so important to really get in tune with your spiritual protection, really get in tune with that energy inside of you and tap into that, because otherwise, you're just gonna be walking around blind, and then you'll be drained one day and you'll be like, man, like, why don't I want to do anything? Like, why can't I get up and do the things I want to do with my life? It's because you got attacked, and you probably got attacked multiple times without even realizing it. But now that you're aware of it, you can actually do something different. That's where the lesson comes into play. Now that you had that experience, you can change your path, you can change your destiny, you can change the course of your reality to actually steer forward into a higher vibration by tuning into your spiritual protection, your spiritual tools. So I just wanted to put that out there, why it's so important that we do this.
It'll divert your attention. But if you got the right, information, then you can apply that information and get the right, tools that you need to spiritually protect yourself. So I'm offering that to you. This is what I think it's over 6 or 7 hours of footage. I'm giving you guys techniques. I even give a free elemental shield in there, telling you how to work with the fire, water, earth and air element. And eventually, I don't know, maybe in the intermediate, I'll take it even further and get it to the 7 element shielding. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, check out the link in the description for the Beginner Spiritual Warrior video workshop. Like I said, we'll have the intermediate, coming here pretty soon. If you're interested in that, go ahead and message me, and I can go ahead and email you when it's out so that you can get it right away. Because you guys don't realize that as we're progressing, the spiritual opposition is progressing as well. They're learning new ways to attack. They're learning new backdoors into the subnet. Like hackers, they always got to implement new security because these hackers learn a way to get in. What do you think goes on with your spiritual body? They're trying to figure out ways to hack in. So as they're updating, we got to update. It's Shield 2.0's coming soon. We did the 1.0, and if you haven't even got that yet, the Beginner Spiritual Warrior video workshop, then how are you going to get the intermediate and be ready for that? So go ahead and get that link in the description. That will just help any of you out there. But remember, the power is within you. You got to learn how to do this stuff yourself. You can't always be relying on other people. Like, what if you wanted some shielding and the person that you usually got shielding from was busy or booked up for a whole month, and like, man, I can't see you. Sorry, man, I'm booked up. Then what would happen? So you got to learn how to be able to do this yourself. But the only way you're going to do it is if you get the right information. Because if you don't have the right information, most likely it's the out formation. They're trying to get you out of formation of your own information. You see? But anyways, that's pretty much it. Peace in and out with love. My highest vibrations, my full love, and my gratitude.
All right. So yeah, just to sum that up real quick, sum everything up.
Pretty much it.
Get off those ads and stuff. Just to sum up the video real quick. Pretty much, we went into everything, all the different reasons why it's so important to protect yourself. And like I said, I will put the link in the description after this video. I didn't get it in because it's the live or whatever. But but I'm going to put it in the description for anyone else that watches. If you want to check out the Spiritual Warrior Workshop, go over to the RTM store at reprogramthematrix.com if you haven't already got it. And if you have got it, then you already know, what's up. So, high vibes to that. You're already going on the path that you need to be on. But for anyone else that's interested and that hasn't tapped in this information, that's looking at it, maybe they're questioning like, oh, do I really want to pay for this? Do I want to invest all this money into this? Like I was saying, like if you really see how important this is, you would invest into your spirituality. You would put that money and that energy that you can generate into something that's going to protect you, for a lifetime. It's going to give you tools and information that you can apply and utilize for a lifetime. And that's really priceless. So you can't really put a price on that. So, if you're questioning it, if you've been questioning it, I would definitely recommend getting that as soon as possible because, like you said, the spiritual opposition is always advancing. The spiritual warfare is always going on. There's always new things that are coming out to try and get us distracted, to try and get us off our path, to try and help us, or not help us, but help them to get us to decrease in vibration and decrease that momentum that we're building. But when you truly take it in, then you realize like, okay, I have a responsibility. I have a purpose here. I need to protect that purpose. I need to protect that energy that I've been given, as that is, it's sacred. It's very valuable to be able to even have that sort of connection, especially in today's world. So now more than ever, we need that spiritual protection. So get the workshop. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure to leave a like. Let us know if you liked it and all that good stuff. My gratitude for watching, and high vibes. Peace in and out.